Okay, so we are doing index and match, and this is the data that you're given on the left. So I can call this as my database. Now this is a smaller one, but in reality, you might have, in fact, you would have a larger database to deal with. And this is my output sheet, the one that you see here. And in a sense, the output sheet should retrieve the data from the database. That's the idea. Now, suppose I have these. So first you must understand what index and match does separately. So if I use index is equal to index, uh, I take this entire array, and let's say I want to see what is there in the fifth row and the fourth column. So I get the value of 59, right? So this I got using the index. What does this 59 indicate? Fifth row and fourth column. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is Daryl. And fourth column 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how you get 59, isn't it? So that is how you get this. I mean, that's how the index works. For match, it basically positions. So for example, I want to match Daryl. I can just type Daryl here, and I can look it up in this column here and choose for the exact match. It gives me the fifth row, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is how you get your understood, no? Now for Brian, Jamil, Lavanya, and Prakash, for a smaller set, I need to populate the values. So I don't want to hard code. That's the essence of template creation. So I do index. So I need to choose the entire array always for the index, comma, match. Now I don't want to put manually the row and the column. So I can do match for this name here. Which name? Brian. Where do I need to search Brian in this column? Right? Comma 0. 0 is for the exact match. Comma for the column. Again match. Match what? The subject, which is FM in this case. Comma, where do I need to match the subject in this row? Correct? Comma 0 for the exact match. And bracket close. So you get 52. Now please check if this is right. This is correct. No, Brian FM is 52, which means it has worked well. Now, can I simply drag it to the right and pull it down? No. So I need to first do some referencing. So I always, जो आपका larger array है, that should not move. So I am going to click on F4 for the larger array. Apart from that, I need to make sure that when I put it on the right, my name column should not move. And when I put it down, the subject row should not move. So the name column is J and the subject row is, I think, 8. So I partially freeze J just by putting a dollar sign before J. This has to be frozen in entirety. And I partially freeze 8. And this also has to be frozen in entirety. And thereafter, all I need to do is drag it to the right and pull this down. So now I have the entire mark sheet with me, isn't it? Yeah. Which one? So what you need to do here, this entire row, the array has to be frozen, complete. उसके अलावा column J, this column which has my name, they should not move to the right. So I freeze column J. And when I pull this down, this row should not move, the subject row, which is 8. So I freeze only 8. So if you look at the syntax, I'll copy the syntax for you people. So you can look at the syntax, that will make it easier. So if you don't have it, so I copy this here. Okay. Now look at the syntax, this one. This will tell you what to freeze and what not to freeze. And then drag it to the right and put it down. So what it has done is, for the larger set, it has actually populated the mark sheet for a smaller set. You can also create a drop down. Like for example, यहाँ पे ना, I can create a drop down for the names. Before that, I'll just select this entire name list. I go to formulas and I do name manager here. And I can add a name, new name. I can call it as student name without any space in between. Just go to formulas, formulas, name manager, and new name, student name. You need to make sure that you're doing this for the selection. हाँ हाँ. So मैंने क्या किया, इधर देखो महक, I just selected this entire thing here. And now if you look at the top left hand corner here, look here. What are you seeing? You're seeing student name. So now Excel recognizes this selection as student name. समझ में आया? Look here, top left hand corner. Can you see it shows student name there? Huh? So now I can create the drop down. यहाँ पे. Yeah, select the entire column and then go to formulas, name manager. Formulas, name manager, go to new name and student name. अब जैसे भी आप student name लिख रहे हो उसको याद रखना, because that is exactly how we need to write it down while creating the drop down. Okay. Now I go here and I go to data. Can you see this data validation here? Data validation दिख रहा है आपको कबीर? Data validation. So यहाँ data validation में allow list. Data validation, allow list. ठीक है? Allow list, and right here is equal to student name. Now please make sure जैसे आपने फॉर्मूला मैनेजर में क्रिएट किया था वैसे ही लिखोगे आप यहाँ. लाइक मैंने स्पेस नहीं डाली थी और एस और एन कैप्स में डाला था, तो यहाँ पे भी मैंने स्पेस नहीं डाली और एस और एन कैप्स में डाला. Are you getting my point? So that becomes your student name. And just press OK. The moment you press OK, you can see that the name drop down has come. यहाँ पे. You could, it's easier for me to recognize selections directly भी हो जाता है. So यहाँ पे let's say I choose Farheen example. Now how do I make sure that this works correct? Just copy this down. इसको नीचे कॉपी कर लो. अगर आप इसको नीचे कॉपी करोगे इसका मतलब, और अगर वो मार्क्स सही आ रहे हैं इसका मतलब so this is your input and this becomes your output. Clear? Now you can check. So जैसे फरहीन है यहाँ पे 47, 52, 53, 66, 78. The same marks are coming here. I can also select, let's say instead of Farheen, I select Darren. सो डायरेक्ट के मार्क्स आ गए 58, 75, 59, 66, 43 अपने आप। यहां पे भी इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट आई कैन सिलेक्ट मीनाक्षी, सो मीनाक्षी के मार्क्स आ गए। So you just select, and the moment you select, all your marks get populated on its own. Are you getting my point? So that's how you can create a drop down. So this was a good way in which you can combine. ये क्या कहते हैं? You can also do color scales. I don't know if I have taught you color scales. So you can just create something like this. It will mark your, ये देखो, so वो, हाँ, हीट मैप। सो जो ज्यादा अच्छे नंबर्स हैं वो डार्क ग्रीन में होंगे, देन वो धीरे धीरे लाइट ग्रीन हो जाएगा, फिर येलो हो जाएगा, ऑरेंज हो जाएगा, एंड फाइनली द ones who are probably failed have got a red. I hope there is no Prakash in this class, because Prakash has failed in most of the subjects, but this is only for, huh? So it is only for informational purposes, don't take it personally. Okay, so that was about index match in combination. Thank you.